Southwest is not afraid. Yoruba Council dares not move to woo ex-president against Tinubu. The Yoruba Council of Elders YCE has firmly opposed political threat from the north aimed at challenging President Bola Tinubu. The YCE's president Oladotun Hassan criticized northern political leaders for past action that negatively impacted Nigeria's economy. The YCE also commended Tinubu's government for promoting inclusiveness and in its appointment. In a bold declaration, the Yoruba Council of Elders has voiced strong opposition to the recent threat in the north to move against President Bola Tinubu during the 2023 election. Insiders familiar with the strategy pointed to recent comments by Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed, who hinted that he would refrain from contesting if Jonathan decides to run. Hassan said, "We are aware of the political demigods in the north who believe they can manipulate the country for their gain. While we acknowledge the democratic rights of all citizens, the Southwest is not afraid of any gimmicks they might attempt." The council expressed frustration over the past action taken by northern political leaders, highlighting how these actions have impacted the nation's economy and governance. Hassan said, "We cannot overlook how they grounded the economy in the past and sponsored protests against reforms that will benefit the entire nation. They raised objections when the federal agencies were restructured to be more efficient. Must the country always be run to serve their interests alone?" Tinubu government promoted inclusiveness, says YCW. The YCW also criticized what is perceived as the North's attempt to undermine the current administration progress, saying the government has made effort to be inclusive in its appointment, with every region, including the North, receiving significant representation. Yet, there are those who are dissatisfied because they cannot control the country as they once did. Now, I don't know why everybody is coming out to talk about 2027. Is it that if people are now in 2026, maybe where you are, maybe the time, maybe now we dey slow, because I don't understand why we go dey for period wey be say they just finish to dey do protest. People come outside come talk say the way wetin dey go for this country say they no like am o, they need waiting, they need wetin they need for this particular place to dey okay. And then they never even come outside address the issue. Waiting with the scene now. People they come outside now, they talk about election. Is that it? Like, I don't understand us. Inclusiveness for where? No. Yes, they not granted Nigeria through Buhari, but Tinubu buried it. You see, people are thinking for a way forward. This one is seriously thinking on how to use tribalism to continue saying that we are going backwards. Policies of destability, destruction, and self-centeredness politicians influence protests and no peace in the country. Nigeria belongs to the north and the southwest alone. Please leave southeast and south alone. I know it will be a battle between the Hausa and the Yorubas, where other tribes will sit and watch as the drama unfolds. And they tell you, nobody is going to separate them. Anybody who won't beat each other, make them beat each other. And they tell you, because now these people, I don't know they exchange the president since they feel the presidency is their birthright, the southwest and the northwest. Primordial, tribalistic and religious sentiments have continued to be a bane on Nigeria's positive political development. You know what you're supposed to tell your son, not revenging against northern plans. Tell him to sign bills to create employment for youth as OBJ formerly did. Our brethren in the north know it and know it very well. You cannot rule forever. And as far as you supported Tinubu election, which you are regretting, Tinubu must do his 4+4, whether you like it or not. Because you are not born to rule forever. Power must always shift to another region based on competence, capacity, and character, and not based on your selfishness, religion, and tribalism, which has been your opium of confusion injected in your own ignorant and naive, nothing poor. Ignorant and naive, nothing poor self you refuse to expose via education. The only reason I'll vote again in Nigeria is B2B at least. I will not support evil men. Okay, oh, me, I don't talk my own. See, how can we be talking about elections when we have other more important issues, more pressing issues? In fact, why is the government so calm about it? That is even my fear. The fact that the government is not even doing anything. We are not saying they're doing anything at all. Okay. In politics, there are no permanent friends or enemies, but permanent interests. I think the present administration will have itself to blame for anti-people policies. If they did want to seek re-election, they must review their policies to meet the need of the people, whether they like it or not. Is people are very hungry, and they may not be Nigeria by 2027. They should leave Jonathan alone to enjoy his rest. Bala Mohammed knows that he does not have the political sagacity to win in 2027. Don't just come a second talk. You guys should be very careful of 2027. The North is pushing Jonathan to contest against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The South is weighing the Igbos for support, and the South is already fed up with Nigeria. Last, if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu loses 2027 and he plays his political wuru as usual, the chaos will make President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to get the military to take over, at least to cover all these lootings. Apart from acting as demigods, they messed up the country. The system using religion and tribalism to confuse themselves and the vulnerable Northerners. Over 50 years, they controlled federal government both as military and civilian leaders, yet it could not reflect on the northern poor. Still lagging behind in education, begging almajiri everywhere, while the children of elites and the northern leaders abroad for being trained to take over from their fathers for the vicious cycle of oppressing the northern poor to go on and on. None of you can convince Jonathan to come back because he knows what they are planning to destroy him politically. You know where the man level don't reach. Make the man not even consider your white at all. At all. Why I do not see any reasonable person, why are they attacking northern politicians? Leaving what you're supposed to do, which is to collectively advise your brother, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on how and what to do and how to rule, because none of his economy policy have human face. There is never a reasonable man who chases rats while his house is on fire. He is the one giving the space for unruly behavior, or for a very few disgruntled, overspent politicians that are not even representing the populace and the corner. Alright, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. So thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest.